Check this out.
Ranger.
You mean to say that the best you can do?
Sprint. So if their hunting fails, they may have to feed on the kills of other animals, such as hyenas. This is the sound of a hungry heart.
Not bad. But of course you need greater concentration, and of course more practice, as it's only through practice that the student masters the art.
Congratulations, Seattle, for a job well done last week. You stared tyranny right in the face and refused to flinch, despite the best efforts of your own employees. Thanks to your vigilance, bravery, and spirit, the WTO, Bill Gates, big business, and the politicians who do their bidding have learned that the citizens of this city still value the principles of democracy and won't tolerate the secretive pillaging of the planet by an elite group of arrogant billionaires. You ought to be proud of yourselves, for not only did you disrupt the business of the WTO on this particular junket of theirs, but with all the publicity that has been broadcast around the world, no city will be eager to host one of their totalitarian covens again. While the media and the mayor have tried to convince you that you ought to be grateful to the police for having the decency not to kill you, remember that it is you that have shown the remarkable restraint while being tear-gassed, pepper-sprayed, clubbed, shot with rubber bullets, and kicked in the groin. Had the police suffered any of these abuses from even a single civilian, they would surely have retaliated in a most brutal and bloody manner upon us all. So remember during this most joyous holiday season that we still have the power, and we will keep it as long as we never lose the courage to exercise it. Rolls the red rug for the corporate gyrations. China to Tibet like a hammer to a weevil. Absurd is the word to describe the ego of a billionaire buying up everywhere. The WTO, it's them that shapes the world. Hell no, a lot of rich men get richer much quicker. It's a plan so simple it could almost make you snicker. Thicker than a brick and more graceful than a queso. To the system of the sick'em I will never be a prey so. Seattle 600, or how many was it? The media take an issue like this and fuzz it over, treat us like Rover. I hope we have the chance of a four-leaf clover to get the point across. Citizens crushed by a powerful boss. If the WTO can get their way, sovereign nations will have no say. The laws we have to protect working people are barriers to trade and hence illegal. We know gene manipulation is a twisted spoof, but they'll ram it down your throat cause you got no proof. So say the corporate scientists. For profits they are willing to do great violence. Cops, hey, what the hell you doing? Your collar's orders are blue and you're a member of a union too. It's true, so why should you brutalize a crowd that's trying to help you? You ain't gonna benefit from free trade. Your job will be harder cause it'll be a police state. Everywhere people be taken to the streets. Under your club we're just a dead meat. Somehow this doesn't jive with what they taught us in civics. Martial law, I never thought we'd have to live it. Somehow this doesn't jive with what they taught us in civics. Martial law, I never thought we'd have to live it. So step to the back of the line with your bowl. Your stomach is a-grumbling and you got a stale roll. No beans, just rice and a splash of tamari. This will get old quick, like playing Atari. A rationing of food and the guards are rude. Peer into a helmet, hey, I know that dude. Jason, we were chums back in junior high. And he hesitates a second but walks on by. Orders are orders and the lines are drawn. One false move, face down on the lawn. And in the Battle of Seattle, the cops fucked up. They put a lot of normal folks into their truck. It was clear injustice and sick abuse. Heaps of new activists are on the loose. It goes to show that things get sour if you try to challenge corporate power. We realize that you're only doing your job, but when we all ascend, we know that you will sob. And wouldn't you rather be cracking down on pollution than helping the bosses burn the Constitution? A police state is necessary to maintain an economic oligarchy so insane. With genetic Frankensteins in the food supply, a boatload of badness we refuse to buy. But be thoughtful, the issues ain't simple. If people don't get it, better hit them with a dimple. Wealthy take over and pull the wool right over our eyes. No, it ain't cool, but it's too late. The cat is out of the bag. We'll never suck our thumbs and wrap ourselves in the flag. It's the broadest coalition yet. A power in the streets that I won't forget. All walks of life, all shapes and size, all saying no to the suits and ties. Students, grandmas, the rank and file, chanting together and marching for miles. I got a new union brother, I know that he trusts me. Likewise, alliance of hippies and crusties, all coming together in the worst of weather to shake the world of the corporate fetters. Starbucks windows really smashed. Nike Town, it sure got trashed. This wasn't random looting, it was pointed attacks on corporate targets, cause they gotta step back.
Here's a story about Minnie the mutant. She was the product of toxic pollutants. She had an extra arm and an extra eye. Feathers on her arms, now she's learning to fly. Hide, 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 hide. Oh. She hung around with the bloke named Smokey. He worked at the mine, so he was choky. She had a dream about a society, a nuclear-free autonomy. Hide, 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 hide. Oh, skilly boo, skilly boo, skilly bully, bully boo. She hung around at a nuclear reactor, didn't get into the radiation factor. She went down to Roxby to hounds and showed them how to kick the ball fields around. Skillyboo, skillyboo, skillyboo. What the toy?
Do you have any short or have you completely forgotten? I don't like pothedz.
Marijuana is another great problem in our nation today, beginning with the blue glue sniffing among the younger children. Our children are looking for an instant paradise. The blue heavens and the red, the secanos, the amphetamines, the barbiturates, the marijuana, the mescaline, the peonium, finally LSD called the aristocrat.
What this is being stoned.
I'm at a modern drugs party. They're taking Charlie. He's got split smoke coming out of his drug end. There's someone over there smoking a crack.
You're all hopped up on that weed.
Is it right for man to take drugs through an animal?
It's not addictive. Well, in that case, only a big fat joint.
Hey, do you know where might be able to buy some big fat doobies?
People say alcohol's a drug. It's not a drug, it's a drink.
It's not addictive.
Marijuana is the sweetest smelling skunk in the world.
It's not like I'm an addict. Am I going to
No, I don't like pot.
It's not like I'm an addict. Am I going to
This is a uranium mine that involves pumping sulfuric acid into the underground water and then extracting it with uranium. And so it's not only a problem with us getting further into a dirty uranium cycle, but we have a real risk that we could seriously pollute for thousands of years the underground water, including a risk to impact the Great Artesian Basin. And we believe the future of underground water, particularly in dry areas of Australia, is so important that we shouldn't be putting it at risk. So we say, surely in this case, involving sulfuric acid and involving uranium, we should be ultra cautious. It's so risky and so dirty to pump acid into the underground water that this sort of operation is not occurring in the United States or Europe, and in fact the only two countries where it's currently occurring are Bulgaria and Kazakhstan, where environmental requirements are very weak. And so we're approving a very dirty and risky technology in our fragile desert environments in South Australia, and we're deeply worried by that.
government.
Globalization.
Blatant police state tactics.
Psychological warfare is being waged against the public to accept it.
Surveillance cameras.
Psychological warfare.
Identity cards.
Psychological warfare.
Blatant police state tactics.
Psychological warfare.
Social control.
Psychological.
Surveillance cameras.
The hallmark of tyranny.
Identity cards.
Electricity. Social control.
The hallmark of tyranny.
Mass pacification through the fear of omnipresent knowledge.
Blatant police state tactics.
One world corporation. One world nation.
What about the threat to cinnamon individualism? What about the threat to cinnamon individualism? What about the threat to cinnamon individualism? The right to dissent, to be different, the right to buck conformity.
In South Australia, and I have relations that are suffering from diseases because of atomic bombs. I can also say that I come from an area where they dump nuclear waste today, and they don't. This government, the Australian governments have shown no respect to Aboriginal people as far as the nuclear industry is concerned. It's about time Johnny Howard, if he was a real man, and his government, it's about time they proved themselves and forgot all about further mining of uranium.
Certified organic and the grade is fresh. With no bullshit spray. It's organic, no need a panic, see, I'm alive with organic. I remember the cops killed Sarkos and David Gundy, how Anita Nielsen died and why Jack Mundy and the BLF deserve much respect. Don't call me psycho cause my memories are full of act. I remember when Tim Anderson was framed, Asia wanted their funding maintained. They planted the bomb at the Hilton Hotel. The state is a terrorist, remember it well. I remember the bombing of the Rainbow Warrior and the response from England and America. They said it wasn't terrorism, fuck their imperialism. They're the capitals of capitalism, they're insane, you know what I'm saying? I see with my own eyes and I realize the lies lie behind the smiles.
Make the fire to warm the whole country's pain and stuff up too as well, because the whole country's hurting as well, a bit like us. So this is always where I get my power from. I'm going to keep going back. I can't get power anywhere else. The only power I know is the whole country power and all that sort of stuff. That's why I always talk a lot with the sticks and that. I've taken my sticks and everything in court and everything. To warm our country's pain and stuff up too as well. Because our country's hurting as well, like us. When we hurt the country hurt, when the country hurt, we hurt, and so on and so on. And that's what's happening now. And this is what we all try to do now, is stop these fellas from hurting us and hurting the country.
Stop uranium mining.
Because it's sacred for our people, and it's, you know, our grandfathers and their fathers before told us that it was not allowed to be taken. You know, no stuff to be taken from our land. We have to leave it in the ground.
most powerful cleansing agent was Eric. The most powerful cleansing agent was Eric. The most powerful cleansing agent was Eric. The most powerful cleansing agent was Eric.
Little pieces of blood. Little pieces of blood. Little pieces of blood. Little pieces of blood.
Powerful cleansing agent was Eric. The most powerful cleansing agent was Eric.
Stop uranium mining.
Stop defiling sacred land.
Stop uranium mining.
Stop defiling sacred land.
When we are at the country earth, and when the country earth, we earth, and so on and so on. And that's what's happening now. And this is what we're all trying to do now, is stop these fellas from hurting us and hurting the country.
From the window in your office, can you see our toxic skies? From the papers in your office, the papers that you sign, papers in your office, too much next uranium wine. You can't eat money, can't read money. Can probably buy the last gas mask. Sit back and cry as you watch your world die. Watch your world die. From the window in your office, see our toxic skies. Did you believe the scientists who you paid to lie? Can't eat money, no. Can't eat money, no. Probably buy the last mask. Watch the world die. mask and sit back and cry as you watch your world die.
Firmly grasped and purposefully used, true change without resort to violence could lead to peaceful change without resort to violence.
Think about it, think about, fuck about it, think about it, think about, fuck about it, think about it, think about, fuck about it, think about it, think about it, no compromise, no compromise, no compromise, no compromise, 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 oh compromise, compromise, independence of the mother, stop liberating life, big brother, there's no compromise, independence of the mother, stop liberating life, big brother, there's no information in life of the mother, stop liberating life, big brother, there's no compromise, independence of the mother. Those in the front running is a marginalized hell, making troops to the west, raping cars for shell. Pump up production, we need more shit to sell. Our sisters are starving and fathers enslaved, while the hands of religion take our babies away. Starving your neighbor, learn from TV, but what the fuck happened to community? Workers in Burma and forces power, while the CEOs hide in the Phoenix extension towers, millions of dollars in foreign aid, by the souls of the people, the interest rates are slave.
I'll always be fighting economic harassment because it doesn't make sense. It's just real intense. What else can we do but make a sense when there's no such thing? It's freedom of speech in a globalized economy, monopoly, tyranny, you won't shut me up. No matter what you do to me, so minds, and men to stay alive. Focus all up for your 9 to 5. Master, predators, conscious contributors, captains and blind slaves on tap for a title when you ain't. The sweat crawl till payday. Don't tell me you haven't heard the Mayday. The Mayday, the Mayday. You haven't heard the Mayday. The Mayday, the Mayday. Watch TV, I'll come the radio, so you don't know me. Allows me plans to choose. You don't act like some sort of capital while we're jumping on the toxic plastic fuels.
Like Chuck D said in 93 with the motherfucker bumping in the meat. Think about it, think about, fuck about it. Think about it, think about, fuck about it. Think about it, think about, fuck about it. Think about it, think about it. No compromise, no compromise, no compromise. Compromise, compromise, independence of the mother. Stop proliferating lies, big brother, there's no compromise in defense of the mother.
I hate to see a bright young man fuck up and get off on the wrong track.
Who are you? What
What you want?
Why don't you straighten out and act like a white man?
I'm sorry. I offer my apologies.
He straightened out the way you're going to straighten out.
Who are you? What you want?
You can't deny your blood, kid. There's just no place to go.
What you want?
You can't deny your blood, kid. You can't deny your blood, kid. You can't deny your blood, kid. There's just no place to go. You can't deny your blood, kid. You can't deny your blood, kid. You can't deny your blood, kid. There's just no place to go. You can't deny your blood, kid. There's just no place to go.
Gravity is the weakest force in nature. If you wanted to show someone how weak gravity is, just take a friend to the top of a tall building and push them off. Electricity and magnetism in a fraction of a second and a fraction of an inch will stop them. The reason you don't go through things is not that the atoms in your body hit the atoms in the table. It's the electric fields between those atoms that stop you. Gravity is the weakest force in nature. If you wanted to show someone how weak gravity is, just take a friend to the top of a tall building and push them off. Electricity and magnetism in a fraction of a second and a fraction of an inch will stop them. The reason you don't go through things is not that the atoms in your body hit the atoms in the table. It's the electric fields between those atoms that stop you.
Gravity may be the weakest force, but it's the force that holds the planets and the stars together. Gravity may be the weakest force, but it's the force that holds the planets and the stars together. Gravity may be the weakest force, but it's the force that holds the planets and the stars together.
Unity. Diversity.
People before profit.
Maritime union workers have started to return to their jobs at Patrick Stevedore's terminals around the country.
Two M.U.A workers are just about to walk through the gates. Behind them is a Brambles truck.
Strikes and bans and industrial disruption are against your interest.
An injury to one.
They harm the striker, his firm.
Is an injury to all.
They harm the community. They harm you and your family.
Get off it. Not profit. Get off it. People before profit.
On the 100th day since the annexation of Webb Dock to the farmers, wharfies were reclaiming Patrick's biggest Melbourne port.
When the union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run, there can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? But the union makes us strong.
The siege had ended.
Gates are open.
And victory savoured for Union chieftains Mick O'Leary and the ACTU Jenny.
This is what we've been battling for months. Last time I cried was when my eldest daughter was born.
What about you, Jenny? How do you feel at a moment like this?
Oh, very emotional. Very emotional. We did it.
It is we who plowed the prairies, built the cities where they trade, dug the mines and built the workshops, endless miles of railroad laid. Now we stand outcast and starving amid the wonders we have made, but the union makes us strong.
People before profit. Get off it. Not profit.
And a final serenade as the trucks rolled, marking the end of the picket.
They have taken untold millions that they never toiled to earn, but without our brain and muscle, not a single wheel can turn. We can break their haughty power, gain our freedom when we learn that the union makes us strong.
Standing just outside the Patrick Gate with Paul Iani, one of the 41 Maritime Union workers who are about to walk through these gates and back into their jobs for the first time in a month. Mr. Iani, what does it mean to you to come through these gates?
Oh, it's sensational.
This is the third time in my working career I've ever been retrenched, but only the first time I've ever got my job back. It's like winning the grand final.
Remember, we're all in this together. Unity together. Diversity together.
An injury to one
Together
is an injury to all.
together. Get it together. Get it? Together. Got it. Got it.
We've proven today that you may not win if you're in the wrong, but you'll certainly win if you're in the right.
In our hands is placed a power greater than their hoarded gold, greater than the might of atoms, magnified 1,000-fold. We can bring to birth a new world from the ashes of the old, for the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us
Direct action against homelessness.
Angry scenes this morning is angry scenes this morning as 30 squatters were evicted from a row of terraces in Glebe.
For a week they've been defiantly calling this home. But after ignoring eviction notices, finally this morning police moved in.
We're not giving up. We need housing, and we need housing now. Not tomorrow, not 10 years' time, but bloody well today.
Under the name Direct Action Against Homelessness, the 30 squatters took over 5 glebe houses, all owned by Sydney University. They've been empty for years, and the university is wasting good accommodation. While some left peacefully, police efforts to remove this group were frustrated by barricades and padlocks. Their eviction became almost street theatre, with commentary from above.
Who's the real vandal here, eh?
They see as a waste of housing.
We fixed up the apartment houses that have been vandalised. We've housed ourselves. We've housed 30 occupied people.
Owned by Sydney University, the houses have been vacant for at least 3 years.
While the university may be glad they're gone, the squatters had some unlikely allies in their temporary neighbours, many of whom have also grown tired of the houses lying empty.
The squatters say they will continue illegally occupying vacant properties to make their point.
owned by Sydney University, the houses have been vacant for at least 3 years.